Hi everyone, Valinor here, today with a special video about a playstyle that's quite uncommon. That's the tier 2 with Ring of Restraints. So there is a main kingdom that's called Restraining Order. There are two kingdoms, Restraining Order Grand Crusade and another one. This is a kingdom just of tier 2 players. They use Ring of Restraints. That's my character. So as you can see, these are my stats and I use the Rings of Restraint. So this kingdom is a bit particular, was born from a meme. And that's quite interesting, that's why I'm making this video. I was in this kingdom for quite a big amount of time, and that's really particular, the way you play this character. So, main things are, you are tier 2, so you don't have specializations since they are from tier 3. You cannot do dungeons or gauntlets because you have to be tier 3. Another thing is you cannot buy or find normally, you cannot buy from shops any adornments nor a lot of items. With a lot of items there are also the silver coins, so the ones for the horns. So as you can see, I have torch, monster remains, let's use them, lucky coin and some potions. But if you see my gear, let me show my gear. This is quite prepared, not maxed but quite good. I have this tier 2 rune gear, I have Ring of Restraints, but I have these weapons and they have adornments. Let's see my weapons. I have the Ankh, that's a tier 3 weapon, but I'm tier 2 and I have adornments. Same for the other weapon I'm using, the Demonic Blade. So adornments, tier 3, also 332 attack, that's quite a lot for a tier 2 character. Tier 2 is from level 25 to 50. Once you reach 50, you get the tier 3. The main rule for this kingdom will then look at it in its Discord. It's if you reach level 50 or higher, you are banned from the kingdom, because that's the main rule. So, how you get these weapons and these adornments? The weapons can be obtained in World, because a tier 2 character can see tier 3 bosses. So you could travel and find these bosses, kill these bosses, try to get an ornate weapon. You can also use monster remains if you have an higher tier character. That also works because monster remains bosses are public. And that's the main thing. Oh, about adornments. How you get those? Mostly you get them from mimics. Mimics are special monsters because their drop is quite uncommon. So let me show you mimic. I killed 30 of them, sorry, my Italian went in. And their drops are quite particular. I also have 30 of these ones, and they drop random. No, not random. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's random. Maybe the standard tier 3 ones. As you can see, I have other monster killed, like the Ancient Mimic. That's a tier 6 monster. I have the Mimicking tier 10. Horizon Mimicking. Oh, I fought it, but not killed it. But I have killed the not Horizon one, the boss, the tier 4. Sorry. how I killed those. These ones were fights I had in the area guardian fights, because as you can see, the guardians in the area can be of any tier, so if you want you can fight those, and if you are strong enough you will be able to kill them too. So for example this tier 5 Scorcher, of course that's super hard because as you can see my gear is quite strong, and so my stats are quite great. I have more than 500 attack, almost 400 defense and more than 400 resistance, but of course that's nothing compared to a tier 6, tier 7 monster that kills you in one round. You can also play with statuses, because that's another thing, but still, since you are tier 2, you are limited to tier 2 and tier 1 classes. So also the skills are quite limited. Another thing are pets. Of course, you just have tier 2 and tier 1 pets, and in the Discord there is a section with guides about each tier 2 classes, how to max them, which gear is the best for them, and also pet tier list. This one is probably the strongest pet, surely strongest for PvP, because he has protection, so defense up buff, he can protect you, and he also attacks, so that's super strong. There are some other good pets, let me show you. Tier 2, the other two pets I really like are Bat, because he uses Drain, so he heals you a bit and attacks every single turn, and Snake, because he attacks a lot and he uses Poison. Poison is really useful for bosses with a lot of HP. So let me kill something and then we'll also do the war we have on it. So, okay, so with Monster Remains I'm also able to spawn tier 3, I didn't remember that. Let's see, Demonic Blade, okay, of course you have to wear the Ring of Restraints every single time, because if you don't have them on you get exp and you level up, and that's quite a problem. My account is already at level 45, so I have to be, I should be, I don't have to level. Let's see, Slash, almost dead. Of course this means 0, since I'm quite strong for the tier 2, and that's the weapon you want to farm. This one is a tier 3, sorry, the previous one was tier 3, this one is tier 2. Slash is an amazing skill. Also, as you can see, I deal quite some statuses, if you see these. Sleep and Burn, because of my weapons and my adornments. They are really great for this tier. Then you can, of course, kill a lot of monsters and try to get the best gear possible. That's currently the rune gear, mostly. There are some good alternatives, especially for mages and rogues, like the Eldon set is quite good. You get the Dark Mage for Orn's buffs. Of course, since this is a tier 2, you play probably not too much, so you also have to plan a bit your materials management. I played quite a lot, so I still have a good amount of materials, especially for a normal tier 2. Let me show you my achievements. Yeah, probably the coolest one is 9 Coliseums, a lot of fights, a lot of stuff, and I played for 5 days in the game, 5.5. Okay, another important thing you can see from my, maybe you saw, is that my tier 2 character has almost, 1.5 million orns, 3 million gold. But I have here the fortress. Fortress costs 1 million to upgrade. Also in my storage I have 110 million golds. That's because one of the things you want to do is try to farm a lot of resources. Inside the Discord there are card challenges. These ones are challenges you want to achieve, so you and the other players are competing in these challenges. So it's a personal thing, and it's to get the experience more fun, since there isn't not too much content to do in tier 2. There aren't events. You normally don't do raids because you cannot stop experience from raids. Also the first one is tier 3. We normally don't do gauntlets either, but we do wars. That's the fun part, because of course you are an overpowered tier 2 character. Also, as you can see here, we have 450k gold. The kingdom gold is a problem, because if I kill a monster, so tier 1 and tier 2, and you see how much gold goes to the kingdom, 11. And I think starting a war is around 20 to 40k gold, so it requires a lot of kills from the people in the kingdom. Also in this kingdom, most of these characters, almost all of them are alts, so you don't want to be in this kingdom with your main account unless you are XP-less. That's the strongest tier 2 player in Orna. His gear is amazing, his stats also, and his level is only 44. If you are not him, you probably have another character that's stronger. I suggest you to enjoy the entire experience of Orna, so from tier 1 to tier 10. But so we don't play too much, and the gold is a real problem, because starting a war costs a good amount of gold. So we have this war running on, so we have 3 wins. We have this king. Our king is a naked king, let's say, because if you want to create a kingdom, you have to be at least tier 8, I think, 7, 8. And so the kings we are facing are always too strong, so we just put in a king that's naked, and that's our puppet king that always loses attacks and defenses. Okay, the enemies didn't attack yet, so this is my gear. Of course, I have to use Ring of Restraints because PvP fights give a lot of experience. So if I don't wear them, I should probably reach level 50 just with this fight, if I win, of course. These are my skills, so just attacks, because I don't have much mana, so I just want to attack. I have slash, that's my preferred skills of all of them. Double cut, since you don't have that much penetration, but since we are fighting tier 2 enemies or tier 3 and my attack is quite high, I'm able to deal a good amount of damage, and also lunge because of crit. That's my 3 main hitting skills. Also, in this setup in the World 1, you want to wear Demonic Blade as your main weapon, and because of the dark element, it's easier to fight certain monsters. While in PvP fights, you want the Ankh, since it doesn't have an element, so no resistances. Let me show you just my stats again. So only 81 mana. Okay. So also my class is the Paladin. I really like the Paladin. You have just 3 skill slots. Another thing for a tier 2 you are probably not used if you are a tier 8, 9 or 10. Some skills, Osmo Strike and Omni Strikes, Omni Strike are really good, but unlocked at level 50, so you cannot use them. And I have just the pet that's a little stronger than the normal pet, and a bit of crit, extra crit. Also, my preferred weapons are axes and polyarms, so I think that, yeah, the Ankh is an axe and hammer, so I get the proficiency bonus too in PvP. So let's fight. Okay, so it's tier 3 with a mimic. That's a good pet for tier 3. This is my cool golem. Let's go with double cut. Oh, I missed. Okay, I'm blind. I'd go with normal attack until I lose the blind. I think this character is an alt not bad, because I'm not dealing that much damage. Not an easy fight, interesting. Normally in these wars we just one-shot everything, so that's not too fun. Okay, I won. As you can see, I got 4 experience with 2 rings of restraint. Let me just try to fight X+. Let's go full attack at first, and then we will look how long it takes to kill us. So slash, double cut, attack. Okay, let's see if I just go twin attack. I think he's using some status effect build. So as you can see, I'm poison, blind, and burning. Okay, his slash deals a lot of damage, like mine, maybe more. Yeah, so, oh, an important thing. I don't know if you saw at the end, he got me Blight. Blight is a cool thing, probably one of the hardest things to achieve in this kind of playstyle, is trying to get 100 Dragonite. Dragonite is used in the... you can use Dragonite 100 to give the dragon element to a weapon. Normally you want to give it to the Ankh. And that's really great because no enemies, no gear has dragon resistance. And also you give Blight, dragon resistance until tier 5, tier 6. So that's really amazing. So this is my character. This is a bit of how you play. As I said, my character is quite overpowered. I built a lot of things here. These buildings cost quite a bit. So the town hall is 10 millions, but the citadel is 25 million gold. The residences also cost quite a good amount of gold. But you want to be strong as a tier 2, so you do this stuff. In my fortress I also have some, let's say, special items I got, I don't want to use, so silver coin, the fishing line from quests. Mostly quests give you special items you want to get, and that's mainly it. So let's switch to the Discord of the kingdom, so I'll show you some stuff there and we should be fine. But before that, let's just kill some random people in PvP. Okay, so yeah, when I crit I deal a lot of damage for the tier. Let's try with double cut. Yep. So maybe if you start a tier 2 character and you go in arena and you find one of us, that's quite painful, quite fun. If you deal 0 or you die, you probably fought one of the people from Restraining Order. Oh, I also dealt bleeding, and as I said, I have all the adornments, so I deal statuses, and no one is wearing. No, you don't have gear with status immunity to wear, so statuses are really strong. You can also kill higher tier monsters, if you are lucky, with statuses. So if the enemy cannot kill you, hit you, maybe you can kill them with dots. Okay, so also of course in my fortress I have all the available followers for tier 1 and 2. Okay, let me switch to Discord, 1 second. Okay, we are back. So this is Discord. This is the restraining order Discord, and as you can see there are some rules. Of course you don't want to hit level 50. You always wear at least 1 ring of restraint, and that's the main story. Then if you go here, there is the about us of restraining order. This is quite important, as you can see. And then if you go to the sections, as I said, there is a pet tier list, pretty useful about PvP and PvE for pets. There are guides for all the classes about what you should wear, what gears you should try to achieve. There are some basics for tier 2. There are war channels and some channels about bragging about our tier 2 achievements, like once you get full or ornate, wow, his gear is amazing. Or of course, as I said before, there are Carl challenges. So these ones are challenges you want to do. You have to submit them to the officers via screenshots, and there are of course about wars, about being able to kill XP less, to have some type of gears. So of course, for example, 5 ornates, 5 Master Forge items, killing mimics, getting the fortress and so on. So I suggest you to take a look if you want to try this kind of playstyle and try to get the most of Carl challenges. Just for reference, this is my baby Balnor, and these ones are my achievements. So there are quite a lot. I got quite a good amount of achievements. The black ones are probably the hardest. I don't have them all yet. And these ones are Cutthroat, Goliath and Virtuoso, and you have to achieve a good amount of attack and defense resistance with your character. So you are a truly overpowered tier 2 character for that class. So I suggest you to join, and that's quite fun, quite different from your normal playstyle. Maybe you are an endgame player or almost endgame player, and you want to try something different from a normal alt account you create and you start from 0, and this is pretty fun. And I really suggest you to give it a try. I'll leave the link for the Discord in the description of the video, so go and check it. And let me show you one last thing I forgot in the game. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I just forgot one thing. So some things you want to do is getting achievements, because achievements give you orns. Orns are not that important, because once you get all your classes, you just want to use them for the Carl challenges and to buy some stuff. So what you maybe want to do is do quests. So I suggest you to go with the mage, because mage in tier 2 has a weapon that's where is it? Yeah, that's the Draconian Archistaff. It gives you view distance. So you probably want to go with 2 of them for view distance. As you can see, I'm using still the Ring of Restraint That's because if you don't wear them in World and you complete a quest, you get the full experience from that quest. I got 5 levels, I think from 30 to 35 one time, because I forgot of it, especially now, because there is this event, the lore event, when the quests give double horns called an experience. So you want to use Ring of Restraints because you could reach level 50 in no time, and that could be a problem for this type of character. And so that's it. So hope you enjoyed this video. That's quite particular. I don't know if any other players already made a video about this particular kingdom, this particular playstyle. So hope you enjoyed, and see you soon in the next video. Bye.